Keeping your license. Driving in Massachusetts is a privilege. It is not a right. You earn driving privileges by passing a learner's permit exam and a road test. These tests prove that you can operate a motor vehicle safely and within the law. Once you have earned your driver's license, you are responsible for your actions as a driver. The RMV tracks your history as a driver. This is called your driving record. It lists 3 types of events that can cause you to lose your driving privileges: civil motor vehicle infractions, criminal violations, motor vehicle accidents where you are found to be more than 50% at fault. This chapter explains these 3 events. It also explains how the law works and how to avoid losing your driving privileges. The RMV must sometimes suspend or revoke your driver's license. These situations are described in this chapter. A suspension or revocation means that your driving privileges are taken away. It can be for a specific amount of time, or it can be indefinite. That means forever. See the license suspension or revoking section of this chapter. You cannot renew an expired license if you have unpaid parking violations, unpaid excise taxes, outstanding court warrants, outstanding Easy Pass fast lane violations, or Tobin Bridge violations. So if you didn't pay your tickets, then you can't get your license. When you break motor vehicle violations and penalties. When you break a motor vehicle law, you may receive a citation. A citation may require you to pay a fine, lose your driving privileges, or appear in court, or go to jail. A citation is like a ticket. You know, like when the policeman writes a ticket. You ever hear about that? Yeah, that's what a ticket is. Major traffic law violations are criminal offenses. Examples are driving while intoxicated, that means drunk, or leaving the scene of an accident. So if you ever get in a crash, you can't just drive away. They carry strong penalties and could cause you to lose your license. You can also lose your license by getting several traffic violations. These include driving above the speed limit or failing to obey traffic signals. So if you get a bunch of speeding tickets, then you can lose your license too. Motor vehicle violations can be civil or criminal. The following sections explain the differences between the 2 types. For many violations, the penalties may be stronger if you have a junior operating license, you are under age 21, you are a repeat offender, or you are driving with a commercial driver's license. Depending on the violation, you may get more than 1 penalty. These may include a fine, loss of license, and/or prison sentence. Civil motor vehicle infractions. Civil infractions, such as not obeying traffic signals or speeding, are non-criminal. They can usually be settled by paying fines. So if you get like just the regular kind of things. If you get a citation from a police officer for a civil motor vehicle infraction, you must pay the required fine or request a hearing to dispute it. You have 20 days to do this. So how many days do you have to dispute a fine, to dispute your citation?
20.
If you request a hearing, you must pay a $25 filing fee to the RMV. You can either send your payment with the citation when you request a hearing, or you can pay online or by mail when you receive a letter from the RMV indicating you owe the fee. If you do not respond to the citation within 20 days, you will be found responsible and charged a large late fee. Failure to pay the citation and late fee will cause your license to be suspended. When you pay a fine, you accept responsibility for that violation. Your driving record will show responsibility if you pay the citation by mail, request a hearing, and are ordered by the court to pay the fine, or fail to respond to the citation within 20 days. The RMV records all moving violations in Massachusetts on your driving record. Moving violations can increase your motor vehicle insurance rates. They may also cause your license to be suspended. Parking violations are not CMVIs, or that's the word for civil motor vehicle. So this is a civil motor vehicle infraction, is a CMVI. Parking violations are not like those same kind of thing. They are handled in city or town that issued the citation or tickets. If you do not pay the parking ticket, you will not be able to renew your driver's license or vehicle registration. So if you have a bunch of parking tickets
Yeah.
and you don't pay them, you won't be able to get your license back when it's time to renew it.
Oh, you have to pay all the parking tickets?
Yeah, it's not really a big deal around here because we usually park in parking lots and not on the street, right?
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal for us. But if you live in a city, you can get a lot of parking tickets.
Or in school, you have to pay to park.
Yeah, but we would have a parking pass. We don't usually get parking tickets around here. Speeding violations. The beginning of Chapter 4 explains the speed limit laws in Massachusetts. The lowest penalty for driving above the speed limit is $100. Wow. So the lowest speeding ticket you can get is $100. If you drive more than 10 miles per hour over the speed limit, you must pay an extra $10 for each mile per hour you are traveling above the first 10. For example, if you drive 73 miles per hour on a highway with a posted speed of 55, you will be charged a $180 fine. By law, all fines for speeding violations include a $50 surcharge. $30 of the surcharge goes to the Head Injury Treatment Service Trust Fund, and the rest goes to the general fund. So what's the least amount of money you can be charged for a speeding ticket?
100.
$100. Yikes. Work zones. If you are caught speeding in a posted work zone, the speed fine is
Doubled.
remember that we talked about it in some other part
Yeah.
of it, didn't we?
Yeah, they have orange
Yikes.
signs.
Yep, and orange signs are. Your license will be suspended for 30 days if you're found guilty of 3 speeding violations in a 12-month period. So that's a year. So what happens if you get 3 speeding tickets in a year
You will lose your license for a year.
for 30 days?
For 30 days.
Here's one. If you have a junior operator's license, which is what you'll have, a first offense will cause a 90-day license suspension. Yikes! So what happens if you get a speeding ticket when you first get your license?
90 days.
You lose your license for 90 days. Wow. Criminal violations. Don't want to speed, that's for sure. Criminal motor vehicle violations are serious. If you commit a criminal motor vehicle violation, you may be arrested immediately. Your vehicle may be towed, your license may be taken away, and you may be sent to jail until you go to court. If you are convicted of a criminal motor vehicle offense, the court will set a fine or prison term. Criminal motor vehicle offenses include driving with a suspended license, operating under the influence, and leaving the scene of an accident. The license suspension or revocation section of this chapter has tables that list the penalties for many criminal motor vehicle offenses. A police officer may arrest you and you may face criminal charges if you refuse to give your name and address, give the name and address of the person who owns the car, show your driver's license, show a valid registration certificate for the vehicle, and sign your name in front of the officer. Let's stop this.